Why don't they just cover me like anybody else, where they go the next day and they show a little clip? Every time I speak, it has to be live. It's ridiculous.
Donald Trump at that big rally Friday night in Mobile, Alabama, and I don't think he was all that upset about it. But Fred Francis, if Trump is on again and again and again, because a couple days earlier he gave a presser and a town hall meeting in New Hampshire. All three cable news networks covered that. Same thing in Alabama. Are the media giving him a big fat gift worth zillions of dollars?
Trump makes news. Listen, the media, reporters, we cover lottery winners who win millions of dollars. We cover train wrecks. Donald Trump is both. Okay, he's a winner and he's a train wreck.
How is he a train wreck? He's leading the Republican presidential field.
Well, if you listen to his speech,
you may not like what he says.
Yeah, well, I actually don't like what he said, but that's not the point. The point is he makes news. He's fresh. Every day he has something fresh to say. That's the essence of what being a journalist is, and covering something fresh. It's not in fact, it's not. He would do an interview with a high school newspaper. Okay, that's how proactive he is, and that's news.
And I partially agree with Fred Francis, because by being provocative, by being entertaining, by being accessible, Trump has sort of knows how to master the news cycle. So it's not just a gift; it's something that other candidates could learn from Trump on how to become more newsworthy figures.
Sure, by being Trump. And as the Fox News debate proved, with 24 million people tuning in, he is great for business. You're going to get more eyeballs if you put him on the screen. And just as an example of that, I called my mom this week, chatting with her, and she's like, "Okay, honey, gotta go. Trump's on." And she doesn't even like him, but she had to watch him.
But she has to watch him. You know, I was on the Kelly File one night, and the setup for my informed commentary was 9 minutes of sound from what Donald Trump had said that day. Like, no other candidate gets that. Also, today, he phoned into This Week and Face the Nation. He gets to phone into shows. Candidates don't usually get that. So is television news starting to distort the coverage here?
Well, look, I mean, when Bernie Sanders was amassing record crowds in that we had not seen yet before the rally in Alabama, he wasn't getting live coverage. So yes, the point is he's the magic dust. He's ratings, and you cover it.
And Trump goes on Twitter and he comments on the coverage. For example, AB, he liked what the Washington Post wrote about the Alabama rally, but he took issue with Politico. Politico covers me more inaccurately than any other media source, and that's saying something. They go out of their way to distort the truth. He says a lot more people attended an event he did in Phoenix than Politico reported. Which may or may not be true, but what do you make of the...
He criticizes and he compliments, and really, even though his supporters might not be following him on Twitter, like the media is, there is a certain level of detachment that is required to be the leader of the free world. And if you cannot get off your iPad and be combing through the coverage and take care of the nation's or the world's business, you got a problem. I wonder when this is going to cool down.
He gets coverage the old-fashioned way. He earns it, and every other candidate in this field could take lessons from how he can get in the news and make news.
Well, on that point, you set me up for my tease, but first let me thank Fred Francis, Amy Holmes, and A.B. Stoddard. Up next, why the other candidates, the ones not named Donald, are having so much trouble breaking through and getting coverage, and later. New York Times describes Amazon as a kind of cyber sweatshop, but the ombudsman says the paper went too far.